Hey, 2 days left. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums. So, um, holy shit! Actually, oh my god. I just realized that this is going to be the last album review I'll ever make in this room. Um, yeah, that's 99% chance the case. Yeah, I love this room. This is great. I will be missing this, and let's hope better for the future. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing an album review on the new beabadoobee album, This Is How Tomorrow Moves. So, Pinay British singer-songwriter beabadoobee, whose real name is Beatrice Laus, has released a new album called This Is How Tomorrow Moves. This is the first time I've ever reviewed an album from her on this channel, but I have briefly talked about her amazing collaboration with Icelandic Chinese singer Löwe with One Night to Remember, A Night to Remember, a song released last year that I absolutely loved. And now she's released another full-length album produced by Rick Rubin, one of the legends in the world of musical production. And here we are talking about this album. So the album starts off with Take a Bite, and automatically I'm already enjoying the album opener. This is an easygoing pop rock song with very 90s flavored moody guitars, skippy rhythms. It's grungy, it's feisty, yet very cutesy and intimate at the same time. The vocals sort of glide between fiery choruses and these rap sung verses, and overall it is a pretty fun album opener. Afterwards, we have the second track, California, which continues the grungy guitars. And I know this is nothing like grunge rock, but you have to admit that this album takes a bit of inspirations from that era of grunge rock music from the 90s. We have some metallic percussions, full of DIY alt girl aesthetics, and the chorus for some reason reminds me of Always if they made music in the 90s. Lyrically, however, even though instrumentally I like the track, I think lyrically it falls a little bit because the whole track is about how much beabadoobee misses California and how she just wants to take a cab back or take a plane flight back to California, which is so wrong. Like, as someone who had lived there for a couple years already, California is like a post-capitalist hell. It's a terrible place to live in, particularly LA. I'm not sure about other spots, but yeah, not too huge on the lyrics. Not very agreeing with the lyrics, unfortunately. Then we have the track One Time, which is a pretty mid-paced song about a broken relationship, also about being inactive and solving problems, very much referring to her ex-boyfriend, which I found out through Genius.com. Yes, we are in a day and age where when I listen to music, I have to learn about a celebrity's private life through a lyrical website. There's these angsty, cutesy group vocals that end off the track that I really like, but overall, I can't say I'm too charmed by the instrumentals of the track. Next up, we have the track Real Man, which instrumentally is fantastic. I love the gentle guitars, the soft vocal layers, the swaying 2/4 time signature grooves, and the pauses and the choruses. Lyrically, again, it makes me question things a little bit, and I know that this track is directed at her ex-boyfriend, and she's accusing him for not being a real man. Which is, I guess from her perspective, it really made sense, but lyrically she mentions how she wants to dance and she had her arms out, but the man is neglecting her, which is sure, but I feel like this track sort of sets up expectations for the ideal masculinity that may not age as well. But again, totally in her perspective, in the context of that relationship, this track makes sense, I guess. Following that, we have another highlight of the album for me, Tie My Shoes, with its nostalgic chords, a Paint performance where she sings about her neglectful father, how she never learned to tie her shoes because her dad never taught her. Shout out to that YouTube channel. That's teaching people how to do things as a father. But anyways, I like the track both lyrically and instrumentally. I love the guitar solo and the saxophones at the end. It's very warm, it's very sweet, yet it's very freaking sad. Following that, we have Girl Song, which is a plain piano ballad. It's a song about womanhood, about body image, and it's very much a girl song. This one's for the girls. Following that, we have Coming Home, which is a sweet, cutesy little chamber folk pop song, and it sounds like background music to an ASMR baking video. And however cutesy and catchy the song is, I can't say I am buying into its cutesiness as much, because it just sounds like it's trying a little bit. Ever Seen goes a little country with banjos, reverby vocals, and hand clap type beats that gets introduced in the second verse. It sounds really good. The song itself didn't necessarily blow me away or anything. Then we have the track A Cruel Affair, which is a summery, quiet, cutesy little ballad with vintage group vocal ad-libs like I'm in the 1960s or something. Lyrically, she sings about being jealous of another girl, but later finding out that the other girl in question also has self-reflective moments and self-doubts. Very much like the beabadoobee version of Girl So Confusing by Charlie XCX earlier this year. Post starts off with big drum hits. It builds towards a steady groove. The chorus has a slight tinge of industrial flavor to it. For some reason, maybe it's because I've been listening to them as of late, but it immediately reminds me of Massive Attack. And that's pretty cool, but melodically the track is just kind of stale. Thankfully, the next track is pretty nice. It's called Beaches, and it is I really love these self-contained tunes from beabadoobee. It's like she found one catchy hook and she just repeats it again and again, but it's short and sweet. It's not too repetitive. I love the expressive guitars on the track as well. Then we have Everything I Want, which is a spacey guitar ballad with light touches of hi-hats that I find okay. Also okay is the next track, The Man Who Left Too Soon, which is a quick guitar tune in under 2 minutes. To end off the album, we have the track This Is How It Went, which is a rusty acoustic waltz in 3/4 time signature, and it gets kind of reverby, which completely undoes the rustic quality that the song has in the beginning. And lyrically, this is basically the final statement about her ex-boyfriend. You did this, you did that, go do your movies, I'll do my songs, let's go separate ways. And yeah, I guess it is a pretty conclusive album to a pretty diaristic album, conclusive track to a pretty diaristic album. So I'm just going to end off the review here. I think it's okay. I think production-wise, most of the album is pretty good. It's pretty solid, pretty decent. Didn't blow my mind or anything, but there are certainly some highlights here and there. I'm giving the new beabadoobee album, This Is How Tomorrow Moves, a strong 6 out of 10. So if you listen to the new beabadoobee album, comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.